Okay. Let's go ahead and get into it, girl. Let me tell you, before we even get into this episode, I started rewatching season 1. So shit is fresh on my mind and I'm ready to get into it. So Sonny and Moses. First of all, girl, if Sonny don't look like a goddamn cone head, I know something. All right, like, you know, girl, it's being pulled from somewhere, girl. Sonny and Moses. Okay, so Carlos has Sonny and Moses on his tour, on his his show, and he says that Destiny said Sonny told her to leave Moses, but then turns around and gets a ring. Sonny says that she was not prepared for the way people were going to respond to her and Moses because, people have been really nasty. And I'm like, weren't you a producer on a reality show? What type of delusional person works as a producer on Love and Marriage Huntsville and doesn't recognize how people are going to rip your ass apart when they find out how underhanded and sneaky and flaw you are by marrying your ex-friend's man 6 months or so after, a year after they broke up? Girl, whatever it is, whatever the timeline is, either way, they broke up and he got the number like 9 days later, some shit like that, child. I don't even know. They were being very weird about the dates on purpose, so there probably definitely was some overlap. Okay. But yeah, to me, it shows how delusional Sonny is because she was a producer. How don't you understand the way people respond? Sonny tries to make it seem as if she and Moses did not meet up and start dating until a year after he had broken up with Destiny, or it was a year after she quit as a producer. He then explains that he saw her at a family function while he was still dating Destiny. That was in January. He did not get Sonny's phone number until July. It all sounds confusing, like it's lies. Moses says that Destiny was too busy traveling, going to award shows, hanging out with other people, and she was not being the woman that he wanted her to be, which is this woman right here, Sonny. And Sonny tells us in the confessional that Destiny focusing on her career left Moses neglected, and she knows how to prioritize her man because it's about her man, love, God, and building wealth. So whenever I hear anybody talking to a woman about prioritizing a man, I don't like it. I don't like it. It screams, put yourself last. Put him first. Yes, put the man first. If the man doesn't want you focusing on your career, even though you have been literally financially struggling, so you have to focus on your career because you have a son to take care of and a husband that's not really giving you, an ex-husband who's not giving you any alimony. So I'm trying to understand a man who is dating Destiny and feeling a way about the fact that she is prioritizing her career and in the ways that she has to support herself and her son. He's finding issue with that. And so, Sonny, what are you doing for money now besides trying to come on this reality show with this man who was obviously a whore and you saw so much value in him? What are you doing now for a living? Because we know you're not getting paid enough on this show. Sonny says that when she started talking to Moses, he was already talking to several women, and Destiny was a side chick from day one. So this is my question. As a woman, if this man was a whore and also had Destiny as a side chick, why do you only see issue with Destiny and not see issue with the man you've decided to marry? Because if he would have a side chick before, he would have a side chick now. And also, if Destiny was just a side chick, why the fuck was she supposed to be prioritizing him as if he was her man? If she was just a side chick. Sonny, can you on your fucking forehead explain any of that foolishness that you just spouted from your mouth ever so angrily, as Mel pointed out? Yeah, I said it at the beginning. You're delusional. You're delusional. And that nigga's going to hurt your feelings or crack your face at some point. But you're going to save face, I'm sure. We'll see. Marceau and Maurice are going to talk to Martell because he had just done his Tasha K interview. And we all know he did not look good in the Tasha K interview. We all know that shit did not go well. It was not in his favor. Martell thinks that he's the nice guy getting the short end of the stick, the lies we tell ourselves that are reinforced by pick-me-ass women. Oh my God. They keep leaving out the fact that he is threatening revenge porn on Mel. How detrimental that would not only be to Mel, but to you guys' kids to see their mom on the internet sucking dick. Your dick, but dick nonetheless. That's not a problem? Okay, listen, that's fine. But that's funny coming from a man who always tries to align his image to the safety of his children. You are always grouping your image and how people saw you with the fact that you're a father. Yet you can't see the same thing when it comes to Mel. Okay. He needed to get his side out. That's what he said. Maurice says you aren't going to change any of Melody's fans' minds by continuing to do these types of things. And then they proceed to make it seem as if Mel's fans are all deplorables who are, like a cult-like following. And I'm just like, I wish y'all would stop signing that to just the millimeters, because I think the people that are fans of this show all the ways around are toxic and are standing and doing too much, whether they are a fan of Mel's or not. There are a lot of people that do not like Melody that have proceeded to stalk y'all, pop up on y'all, dig deep into y'all past. Like, people have done all kind of shit, whether they like Mel or not, as it pertains to the fandom in this show. So to continue to act like it's only Mel's fans that are doing these things, I think that's a way for y'all to continue to blame Mel for everything, as y'all have done since season 1. Marceau tries to get Martell to see that he's only making himself look worse, but he argues, this is what Martell says, Marceau argues with women like a female, so he doesn't have the right to tell him to take the high road. He says they know who Mel is, and they only want to hear themselves talk. Maurice and Marceau are pleading with Martell to see that he's being self-destructive. He feels like they didn't know what it was like going through a divorce. We all know Maurice went through a divorce and his wife actually cheated on him, from what we heard. And Marceau says the only reason he didn't get a divorce is because he chose to not get a divorce, which means he chose to lie better or change what he was doing so Tisha would not leave his ass. And they just have not shared that with us on this show, which makes me upset. Because it's a way for y'all to save face and continue to act as if y'all are better than Mel and Martell, when in essence, Marceau is just not as stupid as Martell. And Tisha is weaker than Mel. That's really the only difference. Basically, I did not flaunt my side chick to the public to embarrass and humiliate my wife, because I knew that my wife would leave me if I did so. And so we're still married and you're divorced. See? You just have to make different decisions, Martell. He thinks that they're saying what the women want to hear. Anytime somebody is telling Martell that he's wrong, he thinks they're just saying what the women want to hear. Martell is a lost cause. Stop trying to make him have sense. Let him self-destruct. But please stop acting as if Mel is lying, over-exaggerating, or being bitter. Martell is insane. He is narcissistic. And he is someone who will cut their own nose off to spite their face. Sir, you were willing to get arrested for revenge porn so that you can hurt Mel, because you blame Mel for the fans not liking you, when we really know that's a cop-out. What you're really mad about, like a lot of you Capricorn men seem to not be able to deal with, is a woman you've mistreated leaving you. Y'all have real bad codependency issues. Stormy and Kiki talk about the reunion and how, her husband wasn't shit asking her for money to go on a date with another woman. He says he only knows about what has happened in his household. And they cut that scene up in a way which made me think that somebody asked him about somebody else's household. And so then Kiki says, child, these men, they aren't going to snitch for nothing. So when are we going to see that in this patriarchal society, all of the men have agreed that they will not betray each other, but they will betray us as the women who they live with, who they have children with, who they lay down with, who take care of them, who will really be the ones that will be there for them at their worst. They have decided that their actual allegiance to us is not as valuable as their allegiance to each other. That is what the men on this show showcase all the time. I was rewatching season 1, like I told y'all, and it was the episode before Kimmy and Maurice got married, and they're going to their separate bachelor and bachelorette parties. And there is a guy there at the bachelor party that is getting emotional and telling Maurice how your wife is really the most important thing. My wife has given me my son. My wife has been there for me and encouraged me, and he's getting emotional. And the other men start to clown him and say, tears, 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 tears. Now, mind you, the bachelor party is a tradition where the other men are supposed to take the man that's about to get married out so he can have fun, have a good time, and they can impart wisdom on him about how to move through marriage, if that is all applicable. These men are laughing and clowning the one man that has an emotional reaction to the way he loves his wife. That tells me that most of those niggas don't value their wives at all. That's what that made me feel like. That made me feel like Maurice knows that he is marrying Kimmy because he has found a woman that is desperate to be married. He has found a woman that's hardworking, beautiful, and she can help him raise his son. And she is delusional enough to think that she has now found a fairy tale in him. So he can pretend like he is, Superman, and he's this great father and this great husband. He can pretend to be these things while requiring her to be of service to him to no end, even down to her having cancer. But Kimmy was so desperate for marriage, so desperate for a man. And so desperate, like even when she talks about all her lingerie, when she said she had 6 drawers and 4 of them were full of lingerie, and then we find out you having a whole bunch of uncomfortable sex with Maurice, it makes me feel like you have sex for everybody but you. And what you enjoy about sex is feeling wanted and feeling seen as attractive by a man. And yes, that does feel good. That's great. That's a huge part of it. But the other part is your own sexual gratification. And that tells me that you out here thotting and bopping, popping pussy, bringing in toys and everything else so that you can always have that nigga feeling like he's with a freak. So he don't have to go and cheat, even though he was still cheating on your ass. And you decided to let it fly because you found out after y'all got married. That guy's wife passed away a couple of seasons ago. That's sad. But I'm glad that man loved his wife like that. That's sad to me. But that man actually really loved his wife. Ain't that a shame that the man that seems to really love and care for his wife, she's gone now? The rest of these niggas get to mistreat their wives and they keep them. Child. Anyways, so back to Kiki. Kiki was mad at Mel because Mel could not save her when they went on that trip and nobody wanted her there. Because Mel did not back up Kiki once again. She's mad at Mel when really it's her own fault. because she don't never handle shit how she's supposed to handle it. You the one that decided to throw a drink in your cousin's face, and now you mad that she don't want to fuck with you. You did this. I can only do so much. But she wanted Mel to come in and save the day, and Mel did not. So she gets online, talks shit about Mel to bloggers, and then puts it on her mom. Says that, no, I talk shit to my mom, and my mom talks shit to the bloggers. Stormy doesn't believe her. I don't believe her. Girl, none of us believe her. But I do want to say, I wish y'all would stop saying bloggers in the blogs. I wish y'all would specifically say YouTubers. Say YouTubers. Stop saying the blogs, because nobody was fucking talking about Kiki and her mama on the Neighborhood Talk, on the Jasmine brand, on the YBF, on Gossip, on the Shade Room, on Hollywood Unlocked, on Unwind with Tasha K. On none of those blog sites that we follow was anybody fucking talking about most of this shit that y'all act like the blogs be talking about. Love and Marriage Huntsville loves to act as if they are just, oh my God, the blogs are always talking about us. Girl, fucking please. They talked about Martell. They talked about Mel. But nobody was really talking about no motherfucking Kiki outside of her being on Crime Stoppers. Y'all really be doing a lot. Like, give me a break. Anyway, Stormy don't believe Kiki. Kiki says it's all on her anyway, and the details don't matter, which makes Stormy feel better. But essentially, she can't trust her, which means I can't keep going to bat for you. Tisha finally got to go to Africa too, y'all. We finally got a chance to go to Africa with her husband and her children. Kimmy invited Sonny to this sit down that Tisha and Kimmy are having. Tisha did not know. Kimmy, why? Why did you invite that girl and not tell her what the fuck was going on? Since season 1, Tisha has been the one that will sit through a whole scene, and at the end of the scene, I'm not doing this with y'all because I just can't take this. I'm not doing this, and always, either leaving or walking out. Tisha has done that repeatedly. And I think on some level, she thinks that she's coming off as if she's better or she's being the bigger person. But in all honesty, it's cap. It's cap. You'll literally sit through the whole argument, the whole scene, and at the end, get up and decide you're going to walk out because I'm not doing this with you guys. Tisha, shut up. You're here to do a job. You're on a reality show. You either want to be on a reality show or you don't. I personally feel like Tisha and Marcel shouldn't have come back this season because I feel like really what they do is hide what goes on in their real life and then just continue to make comments about everybody else. And I feel like that should have got them kicked off the show by season 8, as far as I'm concerned. But hey, they're still here. So Tisha feels like Sonny is trifling because Destiny and her were somewhat friends. Tisha starts over talking Sonny when Sonny tries to explain. She says Moses and her started dating a year after she left the show. Destiny never brought Moses on the show. So essentially, it wasn't unprofessional because it wasn't happening as she was working on the show. Now she's trying to act like she and Destiny were never friends. Sonny says, you can't help who you fall in love with. Bitch, which one is it? Were y'all never friends, or did you snake your friend and fall in love with her ex-dude? Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I've always said this, and this is just how I feel. Once you are no longer with somebody, I don't see like the need of you acting like they can't date anybody that you know or are friends with. Like, I think that's weird because essentially you can't control what other people do. If you feel like they did something fucked up to you, then you just simply don't have to have them in your life. But the need to shame and guilt people for deciding to be together when y'all were not together. This is not a cheating situation. Like, there probably was some overlap with this. And please don't misunderstand me. I think Sonny and Moses are snaky ass people who just want attention. And I don't give a fuck about them. I don't. But I also feel like Destiny has never really acted in a way since her first season that would make me care. Destiny has been very weird with the way she handled Mel. She's been very weird with her relationship with Martell. She's been coming off like the bottom bitch ever since Martell and Mel got divorced. So essentially, I don't care about Sonny and Moses snaking her to that degree. Do I still feel like they're snakes? Yes. But am I going to be up here getting all upset on Destiny's behalf? No, I'm not. Okay. Um, and the way Tisha is getting upset about it is quite annoying to me. She's like, you could have slept with one of our husbands. Girl, don't nobody want your big hip having ass husband, but the bitch she's already cheating on you with. But Sonny, you were friends with Destiny and you're trying to downplay you guys' relationship, which makes me feel like you feel bad about something, which makes me feel like you probably did do some underhanded, snaky shit like Kimmy is picking up on. So Tisha keeps calling the lady trifling. She tells her that, she's not trifling just because she found love. Tisha calls her selfish. I'm like, girl, as if all of the pick-me's aren't selfish when it comes to a man. They do any and everything about a man. You do the same thing. Like, all of y'all are snakes to women for men. And the fact that Kimmy and Tisha think that they have any room or moral superiority to check Sonny is hilarious to me. Yeah, ask her what happened. Be nosy, be messy, sure. But the judging that is coming along with it is so weird to me because essentially both of y'all, Tisha and Kimmy, betrayed Melody for the sake of the men. And I say that because Melody said it on this first season that both Kimmy and Tisha, y'all knew what Martell was doing and y'all did not say anything to Mel about it. Mel had to go and find out on her own. If y'all was really friends with that lady, if y'all really cared about her, y'all would have brought that shit to her. Y'all would have been like, look, girl, I love you. You my girl. I don't know what's going on. I don't know y'all arrangement. And if this is something you cool with, then I'm just minding my business, but I just want to make sure you know. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure you know. If you know and that's y'all agreement, I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no issue. But I would hate, and I know I have said before that I wouldn't say anything, and that's because something happened where I felt like it when I did warn my friend of something, it caused a rift in our relationship. And that really hurt me. But she ended up finding shit out on her own. And then she still ends up being in a relationship. So I feel like there's no point in me telling you because essentially you're going to come to the conclusion on your own. But it's not to protect that nigga. It's to protect our relationship. And when I see the way Tisha and Kimmy treated Mel, they did not tell Mel about Martell cheating on her to protect their friendship with Mel. They did it to protect the men. So that's different to me. And I'm annoyed by that. And so I feel like if y'all would snake Mel and betray her for the men in y'all's group to retain their bullshit, y'all don't have nothing to say to Sonny about whatever happened with her and Destiny and Moses. Because y'all all, at one time or another, has been fucked up when it comes to a woman about a man. And that's what I said. So Sonny starts talking about how she was not selfish because she did for Destiny, gave Destiny money. Oh, so now y'all was friends. And then she was like, that's a jab. That's like when Mel brought up money. When Mel said it, that was not a jab. Destiny was going around saying that Mel was not being a good friend to her. And Mel was like, bitch, who else put $5,000 in your account just because they know you needed it? And I can't stand when y'all say, oh, if somebody do something for no motherfucker, y'all like to take from people and forget what they've done for you. So at the end of the day, I'm going to remind you if you need reminding. And that should also let you know, don't ask me for shit else. Don't ask me for nothing else. If you're going to forget what I've done for you and then expect for me not to remind your bitch ass, don't ask me for nothing else. Okay? And we're good. But I love the way Tisha always has to throw in a slug towards Mel. Girl, when are you going to go to therapy and get the fuck over it? When are you going to go to therapy and get over it? It's what I be talking about. The same shit we were talking about at the beginning of the video with pick-me-ass women that want to actually create issues with other women simply because those women will not fall in line with the bullshit that y'all have agreed to be a part of. Tisha says that she should thank Destiny for helping her find her man. And Sunny said, oh, yes, it was our destiny. I ain't gonna lie. I like that comment. I was like, that's right. Because Tisha doing too fucking much. Like, bitch, you ain't friends with Destiny like that. Why you acting like, oh, because Destiny's our girl? No, she not. No, she not. And if anything, she's y'all girl in y'all pick-meism. We're all pick-me's. We have to stick together, girl. Except for when our men ask us not to. And then there's no loyalty or honor amongst us. Because we're pick-me's and we just want to get picked by a man. That's all. And when we get picked, we're going to continue to be the Gestapo to make sure all the other women are remembering that it's most important to be picked by a man. Kiki and Mel meet at Mel's rehearsal, y'all. And this was basically just a scene to send Kiki on her way. Kiki was coming to apologize to Mel, set the record straight that she vented to her mother, who then vented to a blogger. And Mel said, listen, baby, you came to me 6 months after to have a conversation. You waited until we was taping. You didn't come to me right after all of this shit came out on the blogs. No, you waited. So that means you ain't really give a fuck about apologizing to me. And after everybody in this circle has snaked me and left me out to dry, no matter how much I have been there for them, my girl, I don't have room in my life for somebody like you. And really what that means is you're not even stable enough to be in my life, especially if you're not going to be loyal to me the way you expect me to be loyal to you. Okay? The apology, girl, Mel says she don't even need it. Kiki says that she doesn't like confrontation when it comes to Mel. And Mel was like, girl, you threw a whole drink in Tisha's face. She was like, that's different. I don't really like that bitch. And Mel was like, at the end of the day, Kiki, I warned you about those bloggers and you still went to them. Meaning, y'all, did she go to Anthony Lofty's? Is that who Kiki vented to? Let me know. Because that would make sense. If Mel is like, well, I warned you about these people and you still decided to go to them specifically to talk shit about me. And you think we about to be friends after that? No, we're not. Yes. Okay. I was right. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. We're not about to be friends now after that because I can't trust you. You specifically went to him because you knew that he wanted dirt on me. Bless you on your journey. Bless you on your journey. No, thank you. Bless you for your journey. It's thank you for your services. Kimmy and Tisha are gonna automatically think Sunny coming to the show is somehow Mel's fault instead of Carlos and theirs. Like, we need somebody on this show that's gonna tell their business because we know y'all not. Like, why would you do that? She jeopardized a lot of people. Yes, and he told the whole rest of the season. Oh, so he basically told everybody what was gonna happen in the season, and that Mel and them was like, "Oh, so you trying to fuck up our money? Is that what?" Huh? That's a shame. That's a shame. Mm. Yes, to Anthony, and he said he gave her money. Yes, her and Stormy. Stormy went to Anthony Lofty's too. He dropped recordings on Kiki and her mom. Oh, so he played audio? Mm. Oh my God. Motherfuckers is weird. They're like, hell yeah, listen. Y'all better be putting me on y'all TVs and shit. I'm gonna see if I can put that on my stories later. He's been telling the seasons before Kiki joined. So somebody else must be giving him the tea on what's gonna happen in the episodes and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, what's the point of that? I mean, I know why he's doing it. He's doing it because nobody else is going to tell y'all what's going to happen on the season. So y'all going to go to him so y'all can hear what's going on. That raises his profile in this space. That's great. But ultimately, people still going to watch the show. I think people haven't been watching the show because of the way the show has been going. So I don't know if y'all can exclusively blame that on Anthony, but child. That's why I said it ain't got nothing to do with the millimeters, that it be a lot of people up here doing the most, whether they fans of Mel or they hate her. Maybe it's just me, but what did people expect? Kiki never said right with me, so this isn't surprising. It's not. And it's not because I feel like she was tweaking. And I said that shit. I don't know what's going on, but it's giving tweaker. Here's the reason why they didn't show Stormy party. Stormy was over there with Kiki, and yes, Stormy is still talking to him. Kiki did it because of the Houston trip. Yep, Anthony has a hard on for Mel because she won't give him access for good reasons, apparently. Stormy and Kiki both were over there. Stormy gave him over $400 in super chats on his lives. This is why y'all see all of like people can say whatever the fuck they want to say about me, but I say what I say because that's how I feel. That's how I see it. Ain't nobody paying me to say shit. And they used to stay saying that Mel was paying me for my opinion. And I'm like, no, I can just see clearly. And y'all motherfuckers are blind. I have been telling everybody since season 1 that Martell was jealous of Melody. He also said that Melody was who had Kiki crying in Houston. It was another producer who got fired for telling him all of the info. Baby, what you doing? Okay. What's the point of sharing what's happening in the season? Huh? I'm about to be done. Mm-hmm. Whatever, nigga. I'm at work. What's the point of sharing what's happening in the season when the truth about the show is happening online versus this so-called reality show? I love when Sonny told Tisha, "Don't nobody want y'all husbands." I'm about to tell you, me too, because I can't run with them niggas. But the women that's already fucking him. So even with all of that happened, Stormy is still like supporting him and shit like that and telling him stuff. Y'all, I guess people should do what's best for them, child. I'm just gonna mind my ducats over here because I ain't doing all that. I ain't kissing nobody ass. I ain't running behind nobody. I'm not doing none of that. You called it, Bondy. He's getting paid by Stormy. Stormy is a fool to keep supporting him. He will turn on her too. To me, it's even weird that she don't see how weird that energy is. Like I'ma just say, like all of that extra shit, y'all. That shit, that's weird energy to me. I don't like that shit. I don't. Stay away from me with all that. I'm good. I'm just gonna do this shit how I've always done this shit. I'll be okay. You know, because everybody be like, Bondy, you know, you haven't blown up because you don't break stories, and I'm like, I guess it is what it is. It is what it is. I'll be where I'm at with it. For protecting my own energy and protecting my own, you know, platform from any of this messy ass shit is what's important to me. I get up here, I give my commentary, I do my thing, and then I go home. Okay? All this other shit, you know what I'm saying? This investigative reporting motherfuckers be trying to do on these regular ass people. Yeah, no, I'm not doing all that. If you want to come talk, you can come talk to me. That's great. But I'm not doing all of that. And I never was about to be doing all of that. If I wanted to do investigative reporting, I go back to the news station. So Stormy ain't taking her own advice. Ugh. Thunderclap is messy boots because she's still pissed at Mel. And it's weird, not Thunderclap, because Stormy is weird and want to throw rock and hide her hands. That's why her and Tisha was getting along at first. Breaking stories get some people lawsuits. I don't blame you protecting your peace and platform. Exactly. That's why from the longest it was like, I'm just gonna talk about what's already out there. Because once all of the other blogs have put it out, they've already assumed the issue if it's gonna be an issue. I'm not doing this with y'all. Let me see. I don't think Stormy paying outside of chats, but she is benefiting from him praising her for sure. I mean, honestly, paying him on super chat is paying him. Like it don't matter how, it just matter that it's happening. But that's that's them people business. If that's what she want to do, that's good for her. That's good for him. I'm just good where I'm at with mine. Okay. Because what I've learned is that it's not about the reality show. It's about me. Because the reality shows have come and gone, and Bondy is still BondyBlue. So that's what it's gonna be, and that's how I would like to remain. The town of Huntsville seems toxic and adds to the toxicity of the show. Absolutely, they be forgetting a lot of people that be running to the internet be people that's from Huntsville. Stormy was caught dropping 500 in his chat twice. Wow, so he can make a stack plus off of one video. That's what's up. That's what's up. Whew. Is wrapped up in several lawsuits over this mess. Ugh. I'm glad I put my shit behind the paywall, even though I know somebody probably putting my shit out or giving my link to somebody when I put it out who not paying for me. But that's all right. That's all right. Cause I'm gonna be all right. Okay. Cause God, she got me. Okay. But anyway, y'all, I enjoyed y'all today. Thank y'all so much for coming through. I hope that y'all enjoyed my commentary today because I enjoyed talking to y'all. Okay. I like Cloudburst, but but for all her zen, she loves some mess. She act like that Fraggle Rock man. Y'all not Cloudburst. I can't deal with you. I'm gone. All right, y'all. Peace out.